Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Mike.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and today we're going to do a preview of Wizard Buddies. This plays 3 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes, and this is Pretend Monkey Games. So just full disclosure, this is a prototype. This game is coming to Kickstarter. None of these components, I mean, they're probably done because there's not like there's art missing from cards and everything, but we just like to say it's a prototype, so all things are subject to change. But in this game, we are playing as wizards from one of the 5 schools of magic, and we are trying to, we're just trying to become the most powerful wizard by getting other wizards to join in with us, right? So let me see if I read that right. Yeah, further our knowledge of magic with the help of other wizards. So ways you can win the game and how you do that is you are going to have at least one wizard from each school of magic other than your own, right? So there's abjuration, divination, evocation, necromancy, and transmutation. So basically, if you are the divination wizard, you want to have one of each of the other wizards in your group, or have 3 wizards from your own school in your pile. Or your play area. I said pile, but it's your play area. Because what those wizards are going to do is on your turn, they're going to give you possibilities for actions you can take. So gameplay is very straightforward. You get 3 action points to spend. You can play you can draw a card for 1 action point. You can play a spell from a different school other than your own, because everybody's going to start as one of these, right? So if I'm transmutation, it's going to cost me an action point to play a necromancy spell, for example. You can play an item card, which you would then equip to a wizard, which is one of the black bordered cards down over on Spencer's side over there. You can equip a card to a wizard that is in play. That costs a point. Or you can use the wizard's ability in a play area that is not from your school of magic. If it's from your school of magic, whether it's a spell or the wizard, you get to do that for free, which is super cool and very handy. And then also each wizard has their own special ability. Their school of magic has their own special ability, so once per turn you can use that as well. For 2 points, you put a wizard down in your play area. So it's an expensive action to do, but
That's how you win the game.
you have to do it to win the game.
Yep.
And then
you got to save up those points to play those wizards.
And then for 3 points, you can discard your whole hand and draw new cards up to 7, which is the hand limit. That's it. You do your turn. It goes around. This game is very take that, obviously. We're all competing to try to get those wizards out, and you've got to slow down everybody else while you're trying to do your thing.
And everyone gets a free magic wand, which is like a free counter.
Yes, you start with 1 in your hand, and then there are a few in the deck. So if you're not playing a full player count, I believe.
And even if there are any in the deck, eventually they'll get used.
They
can get reshuffled back in, because one of these abilities just constantly shuffling cards back in.
Yeah.
Telekinesis.
That was me using the purple wizard.
That was taking them out.
Yeah, so I could go through the entire deck before my turn started.
You just never found. I have
keep
all the purple
going
cards.
until I found a purple spell, and I was clearing out like 20 cards out of the deck each time. And that was pretty fun. And then I could force a player to discard. So that was pretty neat. And then the other guy had allowed me to determine my school of magic on every turn. So it gave me a lot more flexibility, and like looking at the wizards that I had already played, which you got to play 3 wizards of your school of magic to win, so I could change it each round, and that was pretty neat to see that flexibility. I'm interested to kind of see how the different wizards play, because we played 2 games, so we each got to try 2 different schools of magic to start with. So seeing how the different ones will play will definitely be interesting here.
Well, I think that the divination one only let you use the ability of one of the other schools of magic.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Which actually is really neat. Mine was originally abjuration, which is basically a free counter spell. You're discarding a card from your hand to counter anything that attacks you, and it was very useful. So yeah, the yellow divination sounds very powerful as well, because it can do that too.
Yeah, there's lots of different combinations and things you're going to see because the deck is huge. There's a good variety of spells. There's room for replayability in this. I mean, it's just a big deck of cards. just like that.
Smack.
And
There's
there's
a big deck of cards.
tons of wizards, tons of spells. There
Yeah.
are, I believe, like 3 of each spell in there. So they do. You're not just like, oh, this is the only one of these that I'll ever see. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's definitely ways to get through the deck, as Mike demonstrated.
Right.
And to reshuffle that discard pile back in. And there's some fun spells. Definitely ways to steal things from other players and just
or from a
dish it out.
discard pile or things like that.
Yeah, I like the fact that there are repeats of every card, because when there's a big old deck, I always hate when I got to find that one card to work
right.
with my strategy. That's not the case here. You'll see repeats of all of them.
Yeah, and also the item cards, it took us a little while to figure out how to play them correctly, but for the exception of 2 of them, the magic wand and the hex eraser.
Hex spray.
Hex spray. All of them have to be played to a wizard that you have in
Hex
play in
cleaner,
front of you.
excuse me.
So when we realized that, we're like, oh, some of these items are bad. So I can put it in front of his wizard.
Oh, yeah.
And now he can't do anything about it because it's stuck there.
Yeah.
And,
Put that rotten meat on the wizard.
So
Rotten
there's
meat outta
definitely more take that. Some of the spells,
is.
most of the spells are one shot. They go away after you use them immediately, but some of them stay around. Like this magic armor, it says active until destroyed. And there are not that many things that actually destroy spells that are out. So both of us had this out. Every time we were targeted, we draw 2 cards.
Yeah,
and
that
we're
was
like,
nice.
Yeah, go ahead, target me.
Because you get targeted a lot.
targeted
There's
a
a
lot.
lot of targeting in
Yes.
this game. So to get something out of being targeted was very nice. I like that
Yeah.
card.
And there's some fun jokes on the cards.
Yep.
Like here is
There
a fireworks salesman is this wizard. And he is... A wizard is never early, but he's never late either. A wizard always arrives exactly when he intends to. So there's some fun references to other IPs, and there's going to be characters you're familiar with as you go through and see the wizard deck.
Where's the Grogu?
Oh, yeah, right.
The generic.
Oh, there is one, yeah.
There is. Yes, there's a
And
Grogu.
we have,
Where is
we have
he's
a
in
wild wizard here. He doesn't count, or he counts as every type, but he has no ability.
I got
But
him.
This thing is a Patty the Meat Mage. His magical meat
Yeah.
is a tasty treat.
What's
A
he
little
called
bit.
again?
Tiny green wizard.
That's right.
Try or try not.
makes
There is
sense.
no do. I love it. So yeah, lots of fun things. Nice. I like the artwork. It's cute. It's kind
It
of
is.
fun. It's got a nice style to it.
The flavor text is fun. I mean, Browen the Immovable once held his breath for 1,000 years. So, yeah,
I mean,
he did
will-
that once. I
he
went
will
too
not be
far. It's
assuaged.
right
He's
there.
got the not wicked witch of the west, sultry sorceress of the south, high-pitched cackling laughter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, lots of like fun little Easter eggs hidden in there. Really nice looking little game. Plays relatively easy. And yeah, I mean, this is the rules, and you know how to
Yeah.
play the game. It's
It was
pretty
fun.
straightforward.
Kind of stabbing people back and forth and,
Yeah.
and figuring out who's going to win at the end.
So you got to be
Good
okay
stuff.
with a little bit of the take that and everything. But if going in understanding that that's the kind of game you're playing with the right group, you're gonna have a good time.
117 cards.
Bam.
And I don't know how long it says the game should last.
30 to 60?
30 to 60 minutes. Yeah, it could definitely be shorter than that. I don't think it's going to get any longer than that.
No, probably not.
But like, you get 3 action points, but you can do a lot in those 3 action points if you have the right cards. And I got really lucky in the first game where I was able to just constantly taking cards out of the deck and playing them. And the cards that they were playing were just getting me wizards. And so it was like turn 3 and I had won. Thankfully, the second one was not that quick.
Right.
The
Right.
first game only took probably about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
If that.
it was
Maybe
like that.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
And even
each.
the second game didn't go over 30 minutes. I
No.
thought it was maybe 25.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah,
long.
it was not a long game. And,
So,
and
yeah.
since it's so short, playing it a second time is not a big deal.
Yeah, so both 3-player games took 15 to 25
Because
minutes.
this could be one where you're like, oh, now I understand how to play. Let's
Yeah.
play
So
again.
let's play again.
You
That's
know,
exactly.
And it's well suited for that.
Yeah. Got some interesting stuff going on.
Anything else, guys, before we sign off?
No, I think that's about
No,
it
you
for
guys are
me.
my buddies.
Wizard
Wizard
buddies.
My wizard buddies.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you found this video helpful, enjoyable, or even miserable, give us a thumbs up
Show
or a
us
thumbs
thumbs.
down. Subscribe. Ring the bell. Give you a notification when new videos like
Ding.
this come up, or when we go live and do live streams, because we do that.
We
And
do.
we also do have a Patreon. So if you wanted to support the show in more than just commenting and all that stuff, you can go over there and do that if that is something you'd like to do. If not, even just a thumbs up or leave us a comment on what you think is great, and we really appreciate it. So for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Spencer.
I'm a tiny green wizard.
And this has been Wizard Buddies. We'll see you next time.